My beloved, before the sun greeted this day, I saw you. Before the alarm stirred you from restless sleep, before the weight of unspoken worries gathered again on your chest, I was already near, closer than your thoughts, closer than the ache behind your eyes. You have been trying to hold yourself together with silent strength, haven't you? Smiling just enough so others do not worry, saying I'm fine when your soul is anything but. But I know. I see past the practiced answers and into the trembling core of your being. There is no mask you wear that I cannot see through. There is no tear you've shed in solitude that I have not gathered in my hand. You feel broken, scattered inside, like shards of what once was whole. You question your worth, your purpose, your future. Pain has written lines on your heart that no mirror can reflect, and fear often whispers lies in the quiet hours when no one is watching. But here I am. I have seen every moment that led to this one. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every silent scream you tucked beneath the covers at night. I have heard the words that wounded you, words that told you that you're too much or not enough. I was there when you lost what you loved, when the diagnosis came, when the dream slipped through your fingers like dust. I did not abandon you. Even when you felt alone, I was beside you, grieving with you, aching with you. I did not look away. I could never look away. My eyes are forever upon you, not with judgment, but with infinite tenderness. You are not forgotten. You are not a mistake. You are not beyond hope. Your pain matters to me, not as a statistic, not as a spiritual lesson, but as the anguish of one I call my own. You were never created to carry this weight alone. The sorrow you have buried beneath responsibilities and duties was never meant to become your identity. Let me say this plainly. I see your pain, and I care. Even now, I am drawing near, not with condemnation, but with comfort. Not to lecture you, but to hold you, to steady you, to remind you of what your pain has tried to make you forget. You are still mine, still loved, still chosen. Even in your lowest place, I have not changed my mind about you. I know the questions that linger behind your sighs. Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Will it ever get better? I do not dismiss these questions. They are the cries of a weary heart searching for solid ground. Let me be that ground. Let my voice cut through the static of fear and shame and tell you again, you are not alone in this. I am here. Let go of the belief that you must fix yourself before coming to me. I never asked you to be whole before approaching my throne. It is in your brokenness that I come rushing in, like water finding every cracked crevice, like light spilling into every darkened corner. Do you know what I see when I look at you? Not failure, not weakness. I see a beloved child trying to survive in a world that often forgets how sacred a soul is. I see the courage it takes to get up when everything in you wants to give up. I see the way you love others, even when your own heart is bleeding. I see your strength, not in your perfection, but in your persistence. You have not disappointed me. You are not disqualified by your struggle. If anything, you are closer now than ever before to the deep waters of my compassion. Let me wash over you. Let the ache be a doorway, not a wall. Invite me in, even if your invitation is barely a whisper. That is enough. Your faith does not need to be loud to move my heart. A trembling breath, a tearful help me, a simple glance upward, I respond to them all. Come now, child. Exhale the weight of trying to be strong without me. Lay down your burden. Yes, the one you keep hidden behind busy schedules and polite answers. You don't have to carry it anymore. It is crushing you. But it cannot crush me. I carried a cross so that you would never carry your pain alone again. Let your weakness become the place where my strength dwells. Let your questions become the place where my peace speaks. Let your wounds become the place where my healing flows. Even now as you read these words, my presence surrounds you. You may not feel it yet, but it is real. I am not far off in some unreachable realm. I am right here, in the silence, in the stillness, in this very breath, and I speak over you now. Peace. Be still. Let your soul hear it. Peace. Not because the storm has ended, but because I am in the boat with you. Peace not because you understand everything, but because I hold everything. Peace because I see your pain, and I will not leave you in it. You have walked through a long night, haven't you? You've sat beneath ceilings that seem to echo back only silence. You've prayed prayers that felt like they dissolved before they reached heaven. But child, I want you to know none of your cries were wasted. None of your tears evaporated unseen. I caught each one. I heard each whisper. I felt each trembling. Hope you dared not even speak aloud. When you lay on your side, curled inward, wondering if anyone noticed how much you were hurting, I noticed. When you looked in the mirror and could barely recognize the one looking back, I saw you. When you questioned your value, your identity, your reason for continuing, I wrapped my arms around you even when you could not feel them. I have been walking beside you through the fire. I have been sitting with you in the shadows. You may not have known it, but I never left. Not once. Not even when you doubted me. Not even when you felt angry at me. I am not fragile, child. I am not offended by your grief or frightened by your honesty. Your raw truth is safer with me than anywhere else. I did not promise you a life without trouble. But I did promise you my presence. And here I am, still steady, still faithful, still whispering your name through the static of sorrow. Let me tell you something important now, something the enemy has worked hard to keep you from believing. This pain is not your ending. It is not your identity. You are not forever broken. You are not defined by what has happened to you. You are not what was done, or what was lost, or what you couldn't change. I am not the God of labels. I am the God of transformation. Even now, I see the tiny flicker inside you. That ember of hope you thought had long gone out, it's still there. And I am breathing on it, not to ignite pressure, but to stir warmth again into your soul. I am calling you back to life, not the life you knew before, but a deeper, stronger, truer life anchored in me. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not beyond my reach. If only you could see what I see. The beauty still being formed, the strength still growing beneath the surface, the roots of endurance pushing deeper in the soil of affliction. You think you're falling apart, but I see you being made new. And no, it's not always pretty. Restoration rarely is, but it is holy. Let me do this work in you. I am not asking for your perfection. I am not asking for polished prayers or answers you do not have. I am simply asking for your heart, just as it is. Even if it's fractured, even if it's numb, even if it's so heavy you can barely lift it. Give me what you have left, child, and I will show you what I can do with it. Do you know what I've always loved about you? It's not your strength or success. It's not your ability to appear whole or keep it all together. What moves my heart is your softness toward me, even when you're broken, especially when you're broken, that you keep coming back, that you still whisper my name through cracked lips and tear-soaked nights. I am drawn to your honesty. I am near to the contrite. My spirit rushes to meet those who fall before me, not in shame, but in trust. And if you're too weary even to come, I will come to you. I'll meet you on the bathroom floor where no one sees. I'll find you in the car, in the waiting room, in the midnight hours when the world is asleep. You don't need a pulpit or a church pew to encounter me. I am not confined by walls. I am drawn by hearts. Let the truth settle like healing oil into your spirit. You are not too far gone. You are not too much. You are not forgotten. You are still mine, and I am still yours. There is no shadow so thick that my light cannot break it. No prison so deep that my voice cannot reach it. And no pain so great that my love cannot heal it. I do not promise to erase your memories, but I do promise to redeem them. I will take what was meant for evil and bend it, reshape it, reweave it into something that sings of my glory. What the enemy used to bury you, I will use to birth something beautiful. Your story is not over. I am still writing. So breathe now, just one slow breath. Let it come without shame or apology. Let the exhale be your first act of surrender. And hear me again, as clearly as the rising sun. I see your pain, but I also see your healing. You are not a burden. You are not a lost cause. You are my beloved child, and this is the beginning of your restoration. Stay with me. Walk with me. Even if all you can do right now is take one small step forward. I will match you. I will carry you. I will whisper truth louder than the lies. And when you cannot speak, I will sing over you. I will fight for you. I will fill you. I will heal you. And when your knees are strong again, when your voice steadies, when your tears dry and your eyes begin to glimpse hope again, you will know that it was I who sustained you. You will look back not with bitterness but with awe, and you will say, he was there the whole time. I just didn't see it then. You will not only survive this season, you will rise from it. And when you do, the world will see that the one who heals wounds is the one who also calls you whole. Come. Come just as you are. Not once you're stronger, not once you've figured it out. Not after the pain has passed or your faith has stopped shaking. Come now, wounded one. Come with trembling hands, with red eyes, with unfinished prayers. Come with your confusion, with your anger, with your silence if that's all you have. I want you near. Not fixed, not polished, just real. You do not have to qualify for my embrace. You were already chosen, already loved, already invited before you ever felt the need to deserve it. I do not call the unbroken to my side. I call the limping, the ones dragging heavy hearts, the ones too exhausted to pretend anymore. I call you. Come, beloved, because it is in my presence that healing begins. You've tried running in every direction, toward distractions, toward noise, toward logic, even toward people who cannot hold the weight of your soul. But none of them satisfied, did they? They numbed for a moment, maybe. They gave the illusion of comfort. But when the night came and the room fell silent, the ache returned. That ache is not your enemy. It is the signal that you were made for more. Made for me. You were never meant to walk through fire alone. You were not created to carry sorrow like a second skin. Come out of the isolation that suffering tries to convince you is safety. Let me hold what you were never made to bear. Come, fall into my arms. You won't break me. I carried a cross. I carried the sins of the world. Surely I can carry your pain too. Do you remember the bleeding woman who pressed through the crowd just to touch the edge of my garment? She was weak. She was unclean. She had no voice. But she had enough hope left to reach. That's all I ask. Not perfection. Just one reaching hand. Just a flicker of trust. Just the whisper, Jesus, help me. She didn't even touch me fully. Just the fringe of my robe. And that was enough to change everything. So come. Even if all you can do is crawl through the noise of your circumstances. Even if shame tries to pull you back. Even if fear screams that I won't respond, come anyway. My arms are open, my heart is moved. I do not flinch when you fall at my feet. I draw closer. There is no part of your story I will reject. There is no wound I find repulsive. There is no moment so dark that I do not already stand within it with light in my hands. Let me touch the places others have avoided. Let me enter the room in your soul that even you are afraid to visit. Come to me not as the version you wish you were, but as you are, in this very moment, your breath short, your soul aching, your strength nearly gone. That is enough. I do not require you to climb. I descended so you would not have to. I left heaven's glory to meet you in your grave. I stepped into flesh so you would never again feel that divinity is distant. I walked dusty roads. I wept human tears. I felt betrayal, abandonment, hunger, pain. There is no suffering you carry that I do not understand from the inside out, so come. Not only because you need healing. Come because I want to be with you, I miss you. You've been so surrounded by pressure, by noise, by the expectations of others, that you've forgotten what it means to simply be. No task to perform, no mask to wear, no battle to fight. Just to be with me as you are. Beloved, human, open. Let me be the shelter for your soul. Let my arms be the place where striving ends. I will not push you away. I will not demand you pretend. I will not use your weakness against you. I have seen it all. And still I say, come and rest. You do not need to understand everything to receive peace. Let your questions sit quietly beside my presence. Let your worries lean against the weight of my eternal faithfulness. I am not in a hurry to fix you. I want to hold you. Healing flows from nearness, not from pressure. Do not let shame make you hide. Remember, Eden, how quickly they ran when they felt exposed. But I came anyway. I called their names. I clothed their shame. And I do the same for you. I'm not afraid of your nakedness. I'm not scandalized by your scars. I already paid the highest price to bring you home. Let me walk with you in the cool of the day again. Let this time, this moment, be the beginning of new intimacy. Not earned, but freely given. Not based on your strength, but mine. You don't have to pray perfect prayers. Just talk to me. You don't need religious words, just honesty. You don't need to perform, just breathe. And in that breath, I will be closer than your skin. I will saturate your weary soul. I will speak in whispers that heal and glances that restore. I will remind you that you are not abandoned. You are not invisible. You are still desired, still precious, still deeply known. Come now and lay your head against my chest. Listen, do you hear it? The rhythm of eternal love beating just for you. It has never wavered. It has never failed. It will never stop. This is your safe place. This is where healing begins. This is the sanctuary your soul has longed for. You will not find shame here. You will not find condemnation. You will not find the voice of comparison. You will find me, your father, your comforter, your healer, your friend. And I will not leave you. Not now. Not ever. Come, wounded one. Come and be made whole. You cry more often than anyone knows. Not always with visible tears, but with sighs too deep for words, with silences too heavy to carry alone. The world sees your composure. I see your collapse. Others admire your strength. I see the weariness beneath it. You've learned how to keep going. But oh, beloved, I want you to know, I never asked you to hide your tears from me. I welcome them. I treasure them. I hold each one as sacred. From the very first tear that slid down your cheek in the secrecy of a sleepless night, I have been near. I do not dismiss your grief or try to explain it away. I do not wave it off with trite answers or hollow promises. I kneel beside you in the pain. I sit with you in the sorrow. I collect each tear like diamonds, evidence not of weakness, but of your courage to feel in a world that numbs. I am not distant from suffering. I am not a cold deity watching from a far throne. I am the man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. I have wept. I have groaned. I have bled. I have stood at the grave. of a friend, and let the tears fall freely. And so when you cry, you are never crying alone. Not a single tear escapes my notice. Not one has fallen to the ground without purpose. Each one is caught, recorded, remembered. Yes, even the ones you felt ashamed of. Even the ones you wiped away quickly before anyone could see. Even the ones that came from places too deep for you to explain. I was there for all of them. The tears you cried when you received the diagnosis. The ones that came in the middle of the night when the pain woke you before the morning did. The tears that fell quietly in public places. Behind sunglasses, in bathroom stalls, and waiting rooms, I saw them. And I wept with you because love does not remain detached. And my love for you is fierce, consuming, intimate. It moves me deeply when you hurt. And though I know the restoration coming, I do not rush your sorrow. I walk with you through every stage of it. Let those tears fall freely with me. You do not need to filter or analyze them. Let them be what they are. Liquid prayers, silent cries of the soul. And I will answer each one, not always in the way you expect, but always in the way that brings life. Some tears I will respond to with immediate comfort. Others I will turn into strength that grows quietly in the soil of waiting. And still others I will use as seeds of healing for others. Tears that fall today and water someone else's dry heart tomorrow. You wonder if your sadness disqualifies you. You think you should be stronger by now. But child, my power is made perfect in weakness. And your sorrow is not a sign of failure. It is the honest expression of a heart that still feels, still loves, still hopes, even in the dark. Do you know how many prophets cried? How many kings? How many apostles? How many holy ones throughout time wept bitterly before me? David soaked his bed with tears, and I called him a man after my own heart. Jeremiah lamented until he could not speak, and I gave him my words to proclaim. Jesus wept, and in that moment revealed the very heart of the Father. Why would you be any less precious to me? Why would your tears be any less holy? Come to me, tear-stained and trembling. Come without apology. I will never turn you away. There is no shame in sorrow. There is no shame in mourning what was lost or what never came or what broke too soon. Mourning is not a failure of faith. It is a sacred passage of healing. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. That was my promise, and I intend to keep it. Let me comfort you now. Let me be the arms that hold you when no one else knows how. Let me be the understanding you haven't been able to find in words. You do not need to be strong in my presence. You do not need to hold it all together. If your only offering today is your tears, that is enough. They are more than enough. They are precious to me. More than gold. More than achievement. More than composure. I hold your tears because they speak a language deeper than speech. They say, I'm still here. They say, I don't understand, but I trust you. They say, I hurt, but I haven't let go. And beloved, I hear every word in them. Even when your prayers run dry, your tears speak. Even when your voice breaks mid-sentence, I understand. Even when all you can do is curl into yourself and weep, I gather near, not to rebuke you, but to hold you. The enemy will try to shame you for your sorrow. He will say that you are weak, that you are faithless, that your crying means you've failed. But I say to you, your tears are evidence of your love, of your endurance, of your longing for me. Your tears are not a threat to me. They are an invitation to come closer, and I will answer. Let my presence wrap around you now like a warm blanket. Let my peace steady your shaking limbs. Let my spirit soothe the pain that words cannot reach. I will not rush you. I will not leave you halfway through the process. I will walk with you until the last tear falls. And even then, I will keep walking beside you. One day, beloved, the tears will stop. One day you will awaken and realize you didn't cry that morning. One day laughter will surprise you again. and it won't feel like betrayal to joy. One day beauty will bloom, where sorrow once soaked the ground. I promise you there will be dancing again. I promise you there will be joy that doesn't feel fragile. I promise you, the season of weeping will not last forever. But until that day comes, let the tears fall in my presence. Let them be caught in my hands. Let them be seen, known, honored. Because I do not despise your brokenness. I sit with you in it. And every tear you cry in my presence is a song I hold sacred. I know it's hard to believe. I know you sometimes feel your tears are useless, wasted, but they are not. Every tear waters something in your soul that will one day bloom with beauty you cannot yet imagine. You are not alone in your sorrow. You are not forgotten in your pain. You are not discarded because of your emotions. You are cherished, held, watched over, loved beyond measure. I am with you, through every tear, until joy returns. Come away with me now, beloved, not to do more, not to speak more, not to understand more, but to simply be, to rest, to breathe in the stillness you've been too afraid to touch. I know how the noise has wrapped around you, like armor. I know how the movement and the voices and the endless doing have kept your soul from shattering. But I did not create you to live in noise. I created you to hear me, and I speak clearest in silence. I know silence has frightened you. I know it sometimes feels empty, like a vacuum where fears echo louder. But my silence is not abandonment. It is invitation, a sacred pause, a holy breath, a place where I minister to you not with words but with presence. When all falls quiet, the healing begins. It's here in this stillness that your heart can finally exhale. You've cried and I have held those tears. Now let me do something deeper. Let me speak without sound. Let me move within the quiet places. Let me show you that I am not just the God of signs and wonders, but the God of quiet nearness. There are things in your soul too tender to be touched by language. There are wounds so raw they do not yet have names, and that is why I invite you into silence, because it is there I can reach where no words can go. Silence is not the absence of my voice. It is the fullness of my breath. You live in a world that fears stillness. It fills every gap with noise, every pause with pressure, every quiet with distraction. But I lead you in another way. I lead you to the quiet waters. I lead you into the wilderness, not to abandon you, but to speak to your heart. Be still and know that I am God. This is not a suggestion. It is a gift. In stillness, you remember who I am. In silence, you remember who you are. Do not be afraid of what rises in the quiet. Let it come. Let the buried thoughts surface, the half-formed grief, the forgotten dreams, the unspoken questions. I will not shame them. I will sit with you through them all. You do not need to rush past this place. You are not being lazy for resting. You are not being irresponsible for pausing. You are being restored. Let this silence be a holy womb. Let it be a place where something new is forming, not rushed, not forced, just quietly becoming. I am not building you with noise. I am rebuilding you with gentleness. Here, in the sacred hush, I am stitching together what came apart. I am rethreading peace into the anxious fibers of your mind. I am breathing life back into the places you closed off to survive. Do you feel it? Not a roar, not a shake, but a slow warmth spreading through your chest. That is me. My spirit hovering over the deep again, just as it did in the beginning. Chaos once covered the waters, but my voice brought peace. And now again I speak peace over you. Let my peace settle. Let it drape over you like a soft blanket. Let it steady your thoughts, still your breath, soften your muscles. You are not in danger here. You are not being judged here. You are being healed. There is a reason I lead my prophets to the cave. There is a reason I met Moses on the mountain in fire, but also in cloud. There is a reason Jesus rose early and went alone to be with me, because the sacred silence is not a place of emptiness. It is the place of transformation. You are not being forgotten in the quiet. You are being reformed. You are being made new. Even now, I am working inside you. Not everything I do will be visible at once. Healing often begins in places that others cannot see. But soon, very soon, you will feel the shift. You will rise from this silence stronger than when you entered. Your spirit will stretch again. Your vision will return. Your song will come back, but it will sound different, deeper, truer, because it will have been born in the stillness. So let the world keep rushing. You, beloved, have permission to slow, to wait, to linger in my presence like dew lingers in the morning grass. Here, I will feed your soul. Here, I will renew your mind. Here, I will love you back to life. You are not forgotten in the silence. You are seen, more clearly than ever. You are not hidden. You are held. Even now, heaven leans in to listen to your stillness. For in the hush, I hear the fullness of your heart. You may feel nothing in this moment. That's okay. Healing is not always a feeling. Sometimes it's just a quiet letting go, a softening, a stillness, and that is enough. So breathe, stay, be. I am here, and I am not leaving. I see the wounds beneath your skin. I see the pain others cannot touch, the illnesses that whisper fear into your thoughts, the battles in your blood, your mind, your memory. I see the brokenness that medicine cannot explain and time cannot fix. And I say to you, beloved, I am your healer, not just the healer of bodies, but the healer of every layer of who you are. Your cells, your thoughts, your spirit, your memories, your future. I formed you in your mother's womb, cell by cell, breath by breath. I know your inner workings better than any doctor, better than you know yourself. I knit your bones together, yes, but I also knit your longings, your questions, your capacity for joy, your aching need for wholeness. I did not create you for affliction. I did not design you to carry chronic sorrow or crippling fear. Sickness was never my plan. Death was never my desire. These are not gifts from my hand, but brokenness I am restoring, pain I am redeeming. When I touched the leper, he was made clean. When I spoke to the blind, they saw again. When I stood before tombs, the dead walked out, and I have not changed. My hand is not shorter than it was then. My power has not diminished with time. And though the world has grown louder with doubt and explanation, my spirit still moves. My word still heals. My presence still restores. I am Jehovah Rapha, the Lord who heals you. But my healing is not always instant. Sometimes it is gentle and slow, like sunlight warming frostbitten skin. Sometimes it is deep and surgical, cutting into root systems of trauma and lies. Sometimes it begins with peace before it shows up as strength. Sometimes it flows as comfort before it reveals itself as cure. Do not measure healing only by symptoms. There are infections of the heart more dangerous than the diseases of the flesh, and I heal both. Yes, I can speak one word and your body be made whole. Yes, I can break the power of sickness in a moment, but I care about more than the surface. I see what illness has done to your identity, what fear has done to your rest, what pain has done to your ability to hope. And so I come to heal you entirely, not just your body, but the belief that you're alone, the silent shame that you're broken beyond repair, the quiet voice that tells you you're too far gone. I say, you are not beyond healing, no matter how long it's been, no matter what the doctors have said, no matter how many times you've prayed and felt nothing change. I have not forgotten you. I have not overlooked your suffering. I am at work in ways you cannot see. Even now, Healing flows through my word as you listen. Even now I am breathing new life into dead places within you. Let me touch what hurts. Let me enter the place you've grown numb to protect. Let me anoint you with oil and cover you with my presence. You do not need to understand how it will happen. You only need to say yes. Yes, Lord, I want to be made whole. Yes, Lord, I believe you are able. Yes, Lord, even if I don't feel worthy, I receive. Come under my shadow now. Let my hands rest upon you, not hands of punishment, but of healing. Let me break the power of despair. Let me silence the voice of the accuser. Let me reverse what the enemy meant to destroy. I am healing your body. I am healing your hormones. I am healing your sleep. I am healing your mind, reordering thoughts, restoring chemistry, calming the storm. I am healing your heart, repairing what betrayal shattered, restoring the innocence you thought was lost forever. I am healing your memories, pulling out the thorns of the past, rewriting the narrative through my mercy. I am healing your voice, the one that was silenced by trauma, crushed by judgment, afraid to speak truth again. I am healing your hope, reviving it from the grave, breathing on what others declared dead. You don't have to feel it all at once. You don't have to prove it's working, just trust me. Every time you come into my presence, healing is happening. Every time you rest instead of strive, healing is happening. Every time you forgive, release, cry, breathe, receive, healing is happening. It may begin with a shift too small to see, but healing starts at the root. You are being restored from the inside out. Not a surface mending, but a total recreation. The very same spirit that raised Christ from the dead is dwelling in you, renewing you, strengthening you, flooding you with resurrection life. Let me rebuild your temple. Let me resurrect what the enemy stole. Let me write a new story in your bones. Do not compare your process to another's miracle. Each healing is sacred. Each soul is unique. Each restoration is crafted by my hands in perfect timing. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. You are being healed. Even now, even here, even as you read this. Let my peace anchor you when doubt rises. Let my promises be medicine to your soul. Let my name be the banner over your bed, your thoughts, your breath. You are not dying, you are awakening. You are not cursed, you are carried. You are not decaying, you are being renewed. So come again, every day if you must, and place yourself in my hands. Let me speak life where the world has spoken finality. Let me be your healer, not just once, but daily, steadily, eternally. Because you, beloved, are worth healing. You have walked through fire, not a fire you chose. Not a fire you expected, but a fire that found you anyway, sudden, consuming, confusing. It has felt like loss. It has felt like grief. It has felt like abandonment. And yet I say to you, you are not being destroyed. You are being refined. You do not stand in a fire of judgment, but of love. A fire not meant to consume your soul, but to consume what was never meant to stay. I am not burning you down. I am burning away the lies, the shame, the fear, the idols, the layers that buried your truest self. This fire is holy, and I am in it with you. Just as I stood with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the furnace, I now stand beside you. The flames may surround, but they will not consume. The heat may rise, but I will be your shield. What others saw as destruction will become your deliverance. This is the refiner's fire, and I am the refiner. Do you know what a refiner does? He takes something already valuable, already chosen, and places it in fire to remove what contaminates its beauty. The gold is not punished, it is purified. The silver is not hated, it is honored. The fire reveals what could not be seen in the cold. The fire draws out hidden strength, hidden shine. You are that treasure. You are the gold in my hands. And though the heat feels unbearable, it is working. The fire is doing its work. You will not come out the same. You will come out clearer, purer, stronger, freer. Let me tell you what the fire is not. It is not proof I've abandoned you. It is not punishment for failure. It is not a sign that you are weak, and it is not forever. The fire is temporary, but its work is eternal. What you've lost in this fire may feel devastating, but beloved, some things had to go. Some things were too heavy for your calling. Some relationships were toxic to your identity. Some mindsets were poisoning your purpose. I love you too much to let you carry what would have crushed you later. So I allowed the fire, not to hurt you, but to free you. You are not being ruined. You are being reformed. Let the fire finish its work. Let it burn away what numbed your soul. Let it strip what never fit your identity. Let it clear away the fog of false self so that the true you, the anointed, called radiant you, can emerge without hindrance. I know it hurts, but you're not alone. I am the fourth man in the fire, and while others only see the flames, I see the gold coming forth. I see the vessel being shaped. I see the testimony being born. I see the strength rising. I see the worship that is being forged, the intercession that is deepening, the anointing that is increasing. Do not run from the fire. Do not numb it. Do not waste it. Let it do its holy work. I know how much you've lost, but you have not lost me. And because you still have me, you still have everything that truly matters. Some things will not survive this fire. Let them go. Let the false identity burn. Let the bitterness go up in smoke. Let the anger melt away. Let the fear crack open. Let the pride, the striving, the self-sufficiency be reduced to ash. And in that ash, I will plant new life. For beauty rises from ashes, not from untouched ground. I do my greatest work in the aftermath. You will look around and wonder how anything can live again. But I will breathe over the ruins. I will rebuild your soul. I will cause gardens to spring up in the soil that once held only grief. This fire is not the end. This fire is the beginning of your truest becoming. You will emerge with new eyes. You will emerge with new language. You will emerge carrying authority, not just knowledge. You will speak with compassion, not just opinion. You will carry oil that only crushing can produce, and your fire will become someone else's light. You are not just being refined for yourself. You are being refined for others. There are people who will walk into the flame of their own pain one day and find your voice waiting there, saying, "You're not alone. I've been through it too, and I've seen the face of God in the fire." So don't despise this process. Don't curse the heat. Don't give in to despair. I am still here, and I will bring you through, not smelling of smoke, not scarred by destruction, but shining, whole, and ready to carry what only the fire could prepare you for. You have lost much. No, I was there when it slipped from your hands, sometimes slowly like sand through tired fingers, sometimes suddenly, like a door slammed shut while your heart was still reaching. I saw the moments you couldn't speak of, the relationships that unraveled, the years that vanished into shadow, the innocence stolen, the time wasted, the joy broken. But hear me now. Nothing is lost beyond my reach. Nothing is too broken to be restored. Nothing you've lost is outside the power of my redemption. I am the God who restores. I do not merely comfort you in your loss. I recover what was stolen. I do not simply give you strength to cope. I resurrect what was buried. I am not just your healer. I am your restorer. You say, "The years are gone." I say, "I will restore the years the locusts have eaten." You say, "It's too late." I say, "I hold time in my hands and I redeem it." You say, that part of me is gone. I say, I will give you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise for despair. No one restores like I do. I don't return things to how they were. I make them better than they were. When I restore, I increase. When I restore, I multiply. When I restore, I do so with grace and glory that outweighs what was lost. Do not look at the ruins of your past and believe, the story is over. I am the author, and I write resurrection into every chapter. What man says is over, I call beginning. What the enemy says is final, I call seed. Yes, seed. Even the ground of grief can grow gardens. Even the soil of sorrow can bring forth songs. Even your broken pieces, especially your broken pieces, are raw material in my hands. Let me restore what the enemy thought he destroyed. Let me return the laughter that once came easily. Let me return the sleep that fled beneath the weight of anxiety. Let me return the confidence, the purity, the purpose, the boldness. I am not just mending the edges, I am rebuilding the core. Some things you gave away unknowingly. Some things were taken unjustly. Some things you laid down out of exhaustion. See them all, and I have not forgotten a single one. I am a meticulous restorer. I do not lose detail. I do not forget promises. I do not overlook what is sacred to you. Even the smallest parts of your story. I carry them with care. Even the memories you thought I didn't see, I watched, I wept, and I began even then preparing the restoration. You say, but it's been too long. But child, I do not measure possibility by time. I created time, and I work outside of it. I will redeem what seems irreparable. I will make up for what you could never rebuild on your own. I will repay you not only with things but with peace, with joy that does not vanish, with strength that doesn't come and go, with purpose that redeems every tear. You will not remain in the valley. You will rise again, and not as a shadow of who you were, but as the fullness of who I created you to be. This restoration is not a return to the old. It is a step into something new, a new strength, new identity, a new boldness born in brokenness, a new beauty born in surrender, a new intimacy with me that cannot be shaken. Because now you know, when everything falls away, I remain. And in me, you will lack no good thing. Let me restore relationships, but only those that are safe and true. Let me restore vision, but with clarity you never had before. Let me restore trust, not in man, but in me. Let me restore your voice, pure, powerful, prophetic. Let me restore your future. It is not lost. It is not canceled. It is not too late. The years you spent wandering, I will redeem them. The time you spent surviving, I will crown it with glory. The silent seasons, they were not wasted. They were wombs, and now comes birth, now comes restoration. Not the restoration the world offers, temporary, surface level, cosmetic, but true restoration. The kind that reorders your soul, the kind that makes you whole, not just better. The kind that causes you to say, only God could have done this. And you will say it, beloved. You will stand in places you never thought you'd reach. You will taste joy again, and it will not be fragile. You will walk with purpose, and it will not be borrowed. You will shine, and it will not be fake. It will be glory that has passed through fire. Gold refined, purpose restored, peace recovered, hope resurrected. I will do it. I am already doing it. Even now the restoration is unfolding, step by step, breath by breath. You are walking into more than recovery. You are walking into divine restoration. Look at you now, beloved. You've walked through the fire and did not burn. You've cried oceans and still breathe. You've bled hope and yet still dare to dream. You've wept, broken and fallen, but you have not been overcome. You are still here, and that alone is a miracle. But more than that, you are becoming my testimony. Not just someone I saved, not just someone I rescued, but someone through whom my glory shines. You may not see it yet. You may still feel like you are recovering, rebuilding, catching your breath. But I see the whole story, and what I see is radiant. I see scars that shine with purpose. I see eyes that carry wisdom. I see a heart that now beats with compassion, deep enough to carry others. You are not a burden. You are a vessel of my mercy, a carrier of my presence. You do not need a pulpit to preach. You do not need a stage to shine. Your life itself is a message, one that whispers to the hurting, there is hope, there is healing. There is a God who sees. You are my evidence. When the world asks, where is God? I point to you. When doubt rises, your life answers it. When despair shouts louder, your story speaks peace. You are not just restored. You are radiant, not because you never broke, but because you allowed me to touch your brokenness. Because you stayed in my presence when you had every reason to run. Because you kept showing up when nothing made sense. Because you trusted me with your ruins. And now I build cathedrals from them. You are my testimony, not of perfection, but of perseverance. Not of flawless faith, but of honest surrender. Not of constant strength, but of divine dependence. You have become what others need to see. You will carry peace into chaos, not because you are fearless, but because you know who calms storms. You will carry healing into pain, not because you are immune to suffering, but because you know the one who binds up wounds. You will speak light into dark places, not because you never walked through night, but because you've seen the dawn. Your scars are not shameful. They are sacred. They are signs of survival. They are living proof of the battles you have faced and the Savior who never left your side. There is someone who needs your voice, not the version of you that had it all together, but the real you. The you that walked through fire, the you that met me in the ashes, the you that dared to hope again. They are waiting, not for your perfection, but for your authenticity. And I will fill your mouth. I will anoint your words. I will give you boldness, not from ego, but from love. You will speak and demons will flee. You will comfort and hearts will soften. You will sing and atmospheres will shift. You will love and heaven will touch earth. Why? Because you carry me. Because I now move through you, not just to you. You are my witness, not just to what I do, but to who I am, to the healer, the restorer, the rebuilder of ruins. Let your life preach louder than any sermon. Let your presence be peace for those still in pain. Let your joy be contagious. Let your story be told. You are no longer defined by what happened to you. You are now marked by what I've done in you. You are not your trauma. You are not your diagnosis. You are not your history. You are mine, and you are my testimony. Heaven sings over you. Angels watch your journey with awe. The cloud of witnesses cheers you on, because what was meant to destroy you has now become a weapon in your hands. You are not a victim. You are a vessel. You are not fragile. You are forged. You are not hidden. You are chosen. And I will send you. I will place you in rooms where others are dying silently, and your very presence will shift the air. You won't have to force it. You won't have to explain it. You'll simply walk in love, and they'll say, something just changed when you entered. That is the anointing you now carry, the oil of healing, the fragrance of mercy, the power of one who has been with me. Your wilderness was not wasted. It was the place where oil was pressed, where fire forged your faith, where your roots went deep enough to weather any storm. And now, it's harvest time. Now it is time to rise, not for applause, not for fame, but for impact, for souls, for my glory. You are ready. Even if you feel unsure, I will steady your steps. Even if you feel small, I will speak through your voice. Even if you feel ordinary, remember, I use what the world overlooks. You are my testimony. Let your scars sing. Let your voice rise. Let your story go forth like rivers in dry lands, because someone else's miracle is hidden in your testimony. And I will be with you, always. Stand now, beloved. You've wept. You've surrendered. You've listened in silence. You've passed through fire. You've watched me restore what was lost. You've heard me call you my testimony, and now I call you to walk in wholeness, not half alive, not barely surviving, not cautiously hoping, fully alive, fully restored, fully mine. Wholeness is not perfection. Wholeness is union. Wholeness is not the absence of all wounds. It is the presence of my life in every part of you. Mind, body, soul, past, present, future. You are whole because I dwell in you. You are whole because my spirit is your strength. You are whole because nothing is missing from what I've done in you. You may still feel the ache of memory. You may still carry reminders of what once was. But now those places are filled with light, not emptiness. They echo with redemption, not regret. You are not a cracked vessel barely patched together. You are a new creation. You are a temple, fully restored, fully filled. So walk in that identity. Let your steps be steady. Let your head be lifted. You no longer need to hide. You no longer need to defend yourself with silence or apology. You are not broken goods. You are not a shadow of who you once were. You are a living, dwelling place of my glory. Walk in peace now, not just as a gift, but as your inheritance. Walk in purpose now, not as a task, but as a joy. Walk in love now, not from emptiness, but from overflow. You carry more than survival. You carry presence. You carry light. You carry me. When others fall into despair, you will carry peace. When others feel stuck in shame, you will carry grace. When others are drowning in noise, your stillness will be sanctuary, because you have learned to walk with me, not just in crisis, but in calm, not just in desperation, but in devotion. This is what wholeness looks like: unshakable identity, unmovable trust, unstoppable joy. And you, beloved, are ready. I trust you. I anoint your feet with oil. I mark your hands with mercy. I fill your words with life. I send you, not as a servant unsure of their worth, but as a son, a daughter, a carrier of my kingdom. Your journey of healing was never only about you. It was about everyone who would one day find me through your life. You don't need a title to walk in wholeness. You don't need permission from men. You already have my spirit. You already have my voice. You already have my presence going before you, behind you, within you. So walk, child. Walk in forgiveness. Walk in grace. Walk in strength. Walk in wisdom. Walk in love. And when darkness tries to whisper again, when fear tries to crawl back in, remember, you are whole. You are chosen. You are mine. You are not walking to earn my love. You are walking because you are loved. You are not striving to be worthy. You are walking because I have already declared you worthy. You are not walking alone. You are walking with me, and every step is sacred. Every moment I will be your strength. Every word I will fill with power. Every place your foot touches, I will mark as holy ground. Go now. Shine now. Love now. Give now. Rest now. You no longer walk in brokenness. You walk in glory. And wherever you go, let the world see this is what a life looks like when touched by God.